I'm standing outside of 2880. Look at that, first try. Spring Valley Lane. It is in West Salem. It's 6 acres, sitting on top of a hill, and which means you get amazing views if you know anything about West Salem. So let me take you up there and show you around. Now that we're back on the ground, let's start here at the top of the property and look at the outbuildings. First off is the shed. A shed is a shed, so we aren't going to go into it. But there in the background is a super old shed. Let's get closer. This thing used to be used for drying nuts, but as you can see, it's definitely not keeping anything dry anymore. If you want to dare me to go into a building like this on the next video, drop a comment below. I need serious motivation to be brave, or stupid, or both. Anyway, this is where the end of the driveway is that we came up earlier. Let's move on to the southeast part of the property. Starting at the shed again for perspective, this section of the property goes all the way to the road over there. As you can see, it goes all the way down. And there's a big farm right across the street. And we have various oak trees here on the property. Panning over to my left here, that is the winery that's next door. And then just panning back to the home site. Skipping the boring walking parts, but keeping the home site location here for perspective, let's look at the inner part of this cross-fenced section of the property. To my left are some apple and pear trees. We'll go take a look at those in a minute. For now though, this is the cross-fence section that I was talking about. As you can see, it is set up to run current through it. It should be turned off right now, but hey, I wasn't brave enough to try it. Look, this is supposed to be a real estate property tour video, okay? Not an episode from Jackass. Off to the edge of the property, you see the grapevines again. And now let's pan back to the shed so you can get an idea of where we are. Taking a closer look at the fruit trees, they're so packed with apples. I mean, look at this. So for purely scientific reasons here, I wanted to sample one of these apples. Juicy, crisp. Oh yeah. Okay. This is good. Skipping the boring walking parts, what we are looking at is yet another subsection of the property. And here's the home site for perspective of where we are. Those smaller trees in the distance were the apple trees we just came from. Let's take a look at kind of a map of the property. The red on the bottom corner is where we started from. The blue line shows where we traveled. The purple stick figure sitting is where I'm standing or sitting. Look, I'm a realtor, not an artist, okay? Don't make fun of my drawings. Now, let's pan and see the last section of this property before we head out there. What is neat about this property is that they created these sections which are perfect for moving animals around to control where they graze. Skipping even more boring walking parts, we are at well number 1. But look at what I have to brave for you all. Cow poop. Bunch of cow poop. So much poop out here. Anyway, this is the first well. It doesn't have a well pump right now, so we don't know a ton about it. Instead, we are going to go ahead out there and see the next one. Here we are at well number 2. It's been patched. You know that cow poop we saw earlier? Yeah, the cows apparently didn't like anything blocking their sweet grass, and hence the patch job on this well house. Not that there's any grass now, but the cows could have had all of this field instead. Anyhow, this was a tour of the property more or less. I hope you enjoyed it, and hey, if you're with me still, drop a comment, let me know what type of properties you'd like to see next, and of course, I'll close with the obligatory, please push like and subscribe. See you on the next video.